Hello again, students. In this class, we have started discussing Where There Is a Wheel by Sainath. He discusses about how cycling has changed the lives of rural women of Pudukottai district. So, moving forward, let's go to page number 121. In the essay, Sainath observes what N. Kannamal has said. Main thing cycling has given is the confidence to women and it reduced their dependence on men. And this is not only the thing, there is something more than that. What is it? So, when women learned cycling, it boosted up their self confidence and they need not be dependent upon anybody else, which made them realize that they can achieve something or they can achieve whatever they need if they really try a little hard. Very large number of those who trained have come back to help new learners. They work free of charge for Arivoli as master trainers. This is not only a desire to learn, but widespread perception among them that all women ought to learn cycling. In turn, their experience has enriched the literacy movement. The neo-cyclists are bound even more passionately than before to Arivoli. Underline, come back, free of charge. Large number of women who are already trained in what? To ride bicycle, they come back, they have returned. Why did they return to training camp? Where is that training camp we have discussed already? That is in Kalakuruchi village. We have discussed in the previous class, right? So those who have already trained come back and they did not come back to study or to learn. Instead, to teach or to train others. And Arivoli, they have called them as master trainers. They have given a job title. What is that? Master trainers. These master trainers work free of charge. They do not charge anything. They will work for free. Why? Because they think or they believe that every woman must learn cycling. It is something they must do, they must have. This idea pushed them forward to train others. Understood? And this is not the only thing. There is something more. What is that? Their experience enriched the literacy movement. The experience of learning cycling as well as the experience of being master trainers, teaching someone else, all helped in literacy movement. What is a literacy movement? We are talking about literacy movement is nothing but teaching people reading and write. Of course, those who did not go to those who did not have formal schooling, right? So, how it has helped? When they have learned bicycling, the cycling, it has boosted their self-confidence, and this self-confidence as well as not dependent upon somebody else also boosted the idea that they should learn, they can learn. Okay, this is one thing happened. And neo-cyclists are bound even more passionately than before to Arivoli. Passionately, strong desire. This neo-cyclist has more stronger desire, stronger attachment with Arivoli, which was not there earlier. So after learning cycling, these women are more attached to this literacy drive. This is the one thing. What about cycling? How it has started? How the cycling has been introduced? The whole phenomena was brainchild of popular former district collector Sheila Rani Chankat. Her idea in 1991 was to train female activists so that literacy would reach women in the interior. So she also included mobility as a part of literacy drive. This flowed from the fact that lack of mobility among men played a big role in undermining their confidence. The phenomena, over here we can say even it's a movement, the everything. It is a brainchild, it is the idea of Sheila Rani Chankat. Who was she? Former or then district collector, DC. Now in Karnataka we say district commissioner, right? So district collector Sheila Rani Chankar. In 1991, Sheila Rani Chankar, she was district collector, come up with this idea. What is that? Mobility should be included. The literacy drive was already there, and the workers or volunteers has to go into the remote places to train female members of the society. But there was one particular problem. What was the particular problem? Confidence. The rural confidence of these rural women needs to be boosted up, and the confidence was not there because they are dependent upon their male members of the society for almost everything, and especially when it comes to mobility or the movement. So if they have to go anywhere, they have to be dependent upon the men. So it somehow did not give them enough self confidence that they can do something on their own. So in order to boost that, the mobility was added. Chankar pushed the banks to give loans for women to buy cycles. She also got each block to accept specific duties in promoting the drive. As a top official of the district, she gave it a personal attention. So he is the topmost officer of the district. Well, she can order, she can influence the other officials. She requested and she made arrangements with the banks that these banks can give loans to women to purchase bicycles. Now, even getting a loan to purchase a bicycle seems to be a big issue. What is that? But for them, that rural people of Pudukkottai, they are not very rich, and rich people did not needed that, of course. They needed loan to purchase bicycle, and she managed with the banks so that they can get loans. All these things happen. Well, next what happened? First, the activists learned cycling. Then neo-literates wanted to learn. Every woman wanted to learn. Not surprisingly, this led to a shortage of lady cycles. First, the activists learned cycling. Arivali activists learned cycling so that they can go to remote areas, and over there they used to teach the rural women. And rural women, those who are newly learned to read and write, called as neo-literates. These neo-literates wanted to learn what? Cycling. So looking at these activists, the neo-literates also want to learn cycling, and they have learned. And looking at this neo-literates, every woman wanted to learn. So looking at one another, they wanted to learn, or most of the women of the district wanted to learn cycling. So they have learned, and it's not only learning, at the same time they wanted to purchase, and many of them purchased. It's not surprise. What is not surprise? The shortage of lady cycles. So those who learned purchase cycles, we are talking about ladies, women, right? So lady cycles have in shortage. Of course, there is a difference between ladies and gents cycles. You know that, right? Never mind. Gents cycle would do just as nicely. Thank you. Never mind. They did not worry about that. They did not wait for only for lady cycle. Instead, they even liked gents cycle. Okay. Riding is not a difference in gent cycle, isn't it? Some women prefer the latter, as these have an additional bar from the seat to handle. Some women purchased gent cycle because lady cycles were not available. But some of them actually preferred gent cycle instead of lady cycle. They wanted gent cycle, not the lady cycle. Why? Because there is an additional bar from the seat to handle. They can seat a child on that. They can carry their children on that additional bar, isn't it? In the lady cycle, they cannot. So, to this day, thousands of women here ride gent cycles. Thousands of other dream of the day they will be able to afford any bicycle at all. P. Sainath notes down that even after a few years, so many women still ride gents bicycle. It doesn't mean that even after so many years they did not get lady cycle. No, it is not like that. Some of the women, those who still wants to ride the giant cycle because there is one additional bar. So this is one thing. And second, you have to observe that there are so many other women who were not able to purchase bicycle, still waiting for their day to come, waiting for the day when they can afford to buy a bicycle. And this is one of the thing. Moving further, in next paragraph talks about International Women's Day in 1992. After the International Women's Day in 1992, the district can never be the same. Flags on the handlebars, bells ringing, over 1,500 female cyclists took Pudukkottai by storm. Their all-women cycle rallies stunned the town's inhabitants with its massive showing. International Women's Day is observed on March 8. On the International Women's Day of 1992, something happened. The women who are newly learned cycling under Arivoli activists, so they have showed their newly acquired talent in the streets of Pudukkottai. Okay, they went on rallying around the town. And how did they go? There were flags on their handlebars, they were ringing the bells and proudly displaying their newly acquired skill. And also they are showing that yes, they can do that also, not only men. So this particular incident has changed the idea about women and cycling, especially in Pudukkottai. Okay, looking at this huge number, the large number of more than 1,500 female or ladies riding the bicycle, the town's inhabitants, the people who live in the town, are stunned. They were surprised. Okay, what happened next? One who had to approve was S. Kanakarajan, owner of Ram Cycles. This single dealer saw a rise over 350% in the sale of lady cycle in 1 year. The figure is probably an underestimate for two reasons. One, a lot of women unable to wait for lady cycle went in for men's cycles. Two, Kanakarajan shared his information with me with a great caution. For all he knew, I was an undercover agent of sales tax department. Kanakarajan says, who is S. Kanakarajan? He is owner of Ram Cycles. He is cycle dealer. Understood? So this particular dealer has observed that 350% increase in the sales of lady cycles. That's what he said. Why? And this figure, this number is probably underestimated for two reasons. This figure may not be the right itself because of two reasons. Our speaker points out two reasons. First one, what is the first one? The women who has purchased the bicycle, all of them did not purchase women's cycle. Most of them did not wait for lady cycle. Instead, they went in for gent cycle. Underline, went in for. 350% increase doesn't mean that only 350% of increase in the number of cycles purchased by ladies. They have purchased more than that. Second reason is that he may not have given the right number. Or writer believed that yes, Kanakarajan think writer as an undercover agent for sales tax department. Kanakarajan did not think that Sainath is a. Instead, he thought that Sainath is not actually a reporter. Instead, he is from sales tax department. So what does that mean? That means that Mr. Kanakarajan may not have shown the exact number even to sales tax department. This is one of the things we can observe. So anyways, in any case, not all males were hostile. Some were even encouraging. Muthu Bhaskaran, a male Arivoli activist, for instance, he wrote the famous cycling song that has become their anthem. So we are getting one more name in the previous paragraph. That's S. Kanakarajan. You can underline that. And here Muthu Bhaskaran. Please underline this name because it is also very important. Hostile, dangerous, or created problems. Everybody did not create problem. Only some of them. And some people helped them, encouraged female while writing. Example he is given. That is Muthu Bhaskaran. And he is a Arivoli activist, of course he is male. When in the blazing heat of Kudimian Malay stone quarries, you run into Manormani, 22. Training others, it's all worth it. A quarry example here our writer gives is that of Manormani. Who is Manormani? She is a quarry worker, works in a quarry. Of course, she works in a stone quarry, and she is 22 years old. In the blazing heat of hot, she trains other women workers. Now observe, she is not training others when the sun is pleasant in the morning, early in the morning or late in the evening. No, in the midday, under the hot sun, she is training and others are getting training. So, and she thinks that each and everyone must learn, especially for the quarry laborers it is essential. Why it is essential for them? Because quarries will not be inside the villages, it will be outside. It will be in the remote areas. So they have to come and go, or they have to walk longer distances, which takes longer time, right? So if they learn to ride bicycle, they can reach there very fast. So it can save a lot of their time. This is one of the thing Manormani believes. They can be mobile, they can go easily, they can move easily. In 1992, what happened? The same year we have discussed, more than 70,000 women displayed their cycling skills in public exhibition cum contest. It's exhibition as well as contest. They were participating in contests or challenging, they are showing off their skills, just like what did they do in on International Women's Day in 1992, that is rallying. So they have shown their newly acquired talent to the world. And UNICEF, what is UNICEF? United Nations Children's Fund, isn't it? So UNICEF, that's an abbreviation, impressed by this, and they have given 50 mopeds to the women activists so that they can be mobile, they can easily move with between the areas, and they can teach others. Let's move on to the next paragraph. Cycling has had very definite economic implication. It boosts income. Some of the women here sell agriculture and other produce within very definite economic implication. So what about the economic implications of cycling? How does cycling helps improve your economic condition? First, it boosts income. You can increase your income. How? He gives the reason that many women in that area sell agricultural and other produces within the near in and around the villages. So if they are going by bicycle, it cuts down the time they wasted on waiting for the buses. Underline cuts down. Cuts down means shortens. So they need not wait for bus. If they have bicycle, they can go by bicycle. Poorly connected routes, they have to wait for the time of the bus, and in between the two buses they cannot do anything, isn't it? So this is focus on selling your produce. They need not finish selling by the time bus arrives. They can even extend the time. Okay, it enlarges the area that you can hope to cover. When you have a lot of time, when you are not going by bus, when you are traveling by bicycle, when you are carrying your goods by bicycle, observe, you can sell in between two stops where there is a house or there somebody is a buyer. In between the two bus stops, of course she can sell, isn't it? Otherwise, if the woman is going by bus, she can sell only in the next village, not in between. This is one of the idea over here. And third, it increases leisure time too. If they need not wait for the bus, you can finish your activity very soon. Or if you have already finished and you are waiting for the bus, then you cannot utilize that time in between, isn't it? But if you are traveling by bicycle, if she is traveling by bicycle, of course she can reach home fast soon, and there is a leisure time she can spend on her own activities. This is about small producers who used to wait for buses, were often dependent on fathers, brothers, husbands or sons even to reach bus stops. They could cover only a limited number of villages. Some walked. Those who cannot afford bicycles still do. Those women had to rush back early to tend to the children and perform other chores chores like fetching water, these who have bicycles now combine these different tasks with nonchalance. What is explained over here is that some people travel by bus. Okay, when they, even if they are traveling by bus or carrying their goods by bus, well, to reach the bus stand they need help. But some of them, they carry their goods, they walk, and it takes a lot of time. Use bicycle, it cuts down the time on waiting for the buses. They need not be dependent upon the male members of the society and their free time. And third, they can manage many works together, such as tending the children as well as fetching water and all those kind of things they can do. Which means you can now even along some remote road see a young mother, child on the bar, produce on the carrier. She could be carrying 2, perhaps even 3 pots of water hung across the back and cycling towards work or home. What Sainath explains over here is that the woman does many tasks together. First, tending the children. She carries her child in the cycle. She carries the load in the rear. At the same time, she carries the water she needed to fetch home on both sides of bicycle. So she is multitasking now. She can able to do multitasking right now because with the help of bicycle. Understood? Next, yet it would be very wrong to emphasize the economic aspect overall. Thus, it brings profit, but not for each and every one. If you think that it's only economic aspect, you are wrong. We would be wrong, because the main implication cycling has brought is self-respect. Fatima says that to her it is not economic. Why it's not economic to her? Because Fatima doesn't own a bicycle. It brings self-esteem. For her, self-respect is important. She says she loses money. She can't afford a bicycle, but she hires one bicycle every evening just to feel the goodness and the independence. Fatima just hires a bicycle not to go anywhere, not to sell some goods, instead just to feel the feel of freedom the cycling gives it to her. The feeling of that freedom or independence or being self-sufficient is enough for her, and she spends on bicycle. Never before reaching Pudukkottai, I had seen that independence. Never before reaching Pudukkottai, I had seen this humble vehicle in this light, the bicycle as a metaphor for freedom. Until then, our writer says that he never thought that bicycle can become metaphor for freedom. What is bicycle for these women? It becomes in freedom. Bicycle gives them freedom. This is one of the understanding. He did not realize that until he reached Pudukkottai, until he conversed with these women. How did they feel? Only then he realized that cycling has given them freedom. It is not just economic profit. Instead, it has given them self-respect. It is difficult for people to see how big this is for a rural woman, says Kannammal. It is a Himalayan achievement, like flying an aeroplane for them. People may laugh, only the women know how important it is. Himalayan achievement for the rural women. Himalayan, very huge or almost impossible looking like. Okay, they have achieved something huge, very huge. Who? This rural women. Who is this Kannammal? She is Arivoli Center coordinator. Okay, feel like they are flying an aeroplane. What is it? Again, one of the greatest achievement. When they feel free like birds, when they can go anywhere without being depended upon, without needed women felt. But people may not understand about that. People may laugh. What is there in riding a bicycle? People may think, but for them it may be. But for these women, cycling is not anything ordinary. They feel as if they are flying an aeroplane. That much of happiness it gives to them. Okay. When I returned Pudukkottai in April 1995, the craze was still on, but a large number of women were unable to afford bicycle. Each now cost around 1,400 rupees. In the early part of the lesson, somewhere maybe in the page number 120 around over there, he says that in the last 18 months, he said, the literacy drive Arivoli Yekkam, it has taken somewhere around 1991. So by 1992, second half of 1992, he has written this particular, he has visited Pudukkottai and written this particular essay. And he goes back to Pudukkottai in 1995. How many years after? Around 2 or 3 years after he goes over there, and the craze was on. The women of the area, women of Pudukkottai, they still have the craze to learn bicycling. And also he has observed so many women still doesn't own their own cycle, because cycles cost around 1400 rupees. And also there is something more to it, that the girls who are very young to learn cycling around 1991, now they have taken to cycling, they have also started cycling. There are so many, a large number of women or ladies who are learning, or those who want to learn cycling, those who did not able to get anything from the first wave, now they are in the second round, they are learning. In any case, Pudukkottai stands unique among India's districts, unique, Advitiya. There is no second, because the number of women who has taken to cycling, the proportion of women, the percentage of women who rides bicycle in India, that is quite high compared to any other districts anywhere in India. Understood? So still the women, there is an enthusiasm to gain skill, everything is continuing. Understood? Yes, this is the text. We are around page number 123. Hope you have understood something. If you have any doubts, well, we have our interaction session, you can come up with your doubts, isn't it, my dear student? You can go to page number 126. There are idioms and phrases in our textbook. Of course, it has been dealt with, or it will be dealt with when we are dealing with the grammar. Now, whatever the phrases I have asked you to underline, note down it. And these are very important when we are dealing with phrases and idioms. And if you have any doubts, we can clear it in the live session, or you can always call us. Thank you, students.